Why is it that in the 21st century, a mother caring for her child is often seen as less dedicated to her professional life? Why does the responsibility of caregiving, a role as ancient as humanity itself, often lead to discrimination in the workplace? Welcome to a discussion that needs our urgent attention: caregiver discrimination. It's not just about maternity leave. Caregiver discrimination is a much broader issue. It's about the unfair treatment of employees who shoulder the responsibility of caring for their loved ones. This can manifest in many ways, such as being denied a job, being fired, being laid off, being demoted, or even being harassed. A study by the National Alliance to Caregiving and AARP in 2022 revealed that more than half of caregivers have experienced at least one work-related difficulty due to their caregiving responsibilities. This includes arriving late or leaving early, taking a leave of absence, or even quitting their job. But what drives this discrimination? Well, there are several factors, and one of the most significant ones is the negative stereotypes about caregivers. The unfair assumption that caregivers are uncommitted to their work, unreliable, and unproductive can make it difficult for them to get hired, promoted, and can also make them more likely to be targeted for discrimination. The lack of awareness of caregiver rights is another contributing factor. Many employers are not aware of their legal obligations under the law to be free from caregiver discrimination. This can make it difficult for them to make reasonable accommodations for caregivers. Fear of the costs of accommodating caregivers also plays a part, despite these costs often being very low. But there's hope. We can take concrete steps to reduce caregiver discrimination in the workplace. Firstly, we need to educate employers about caregiver rights. Employers need to understand their legal obligations under the law and be aware of the resources available to help them comply with it. Secondly, we need to raise awareness of caregiver discrimination among caregivers themselves. Caregivers need to be aware of their rights under the law and know how to report it if they are discriminated against. Lastly, we need to provide support for victims of caregiver discrimination. Caregivers who have been discriminated against need access to resources to help them file a complaint and get the justice they deserve. In the face of caregiver discrimination, silence is not an option. It's time to take action, to educate, to support, and to stand up for the rights of caregivers everywhere, because no one should have to choose between caring for a loved one and progressing in their career. Remember, change starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. So share this information, engage in discussions, and be a part of the solution to end caregiver discrimination. For more information, visit the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission website. Thank you for joining this important conversation. Let's continue to fight for fairness and equality in the workplace and beyond.